In this video, we look at some quadratic word problems. So first example, a positive number x is squared and 5 times this number is added to it. The result is 84. Form an equation in x and solve for x. So a positive number x is squared, so x squared. 5 times this number is added to it, so plus 5x, and the result, or it equals 84. So that's my equation. Now you're just back to your basic quadratics. X squared minus plus 5x minus 84 is equal to 0. Two numbers that multiply to give 84 and add to give 5 are 12 and 7. And we want a plus 5x, so the 12 has to be a plus. So x is equal to plus 7 or minus 12. Now, it says a positive number, so the answer is plus 7. Let's just check. 7 squared plus 5 times 7 equals 84. And this is a verification if you're asked to verify. 49 plus 35 is 84. So 84 equals 84. So let's just look at how we would create this type of question. So take any number between 1 and 10. So a positive number squared, let's take the number 6. A positive number squared. So we have x squared. What about 5 times the number is taken away from it? 5 times the number is taken away from it will be minus 5 times 6 or minus 5 times x. And what would the answer be? Well, let's check. 6 squared minus 5 times 6, 36 minus 30 is equal to 6. So this is how we create these questions. So if you can create a couple of these questions yourself, then doing them is the easy part. So let's have a look at what our equation is. X squared minus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. If we were to factorize this, x times x, two numbers multiply to give 6 and add to give 5. It has to be 6 and 1. Could be 3 and 2, but not in this case. They won't give us the correct signs. So we want a minus 5x, so it has to be x plus 1 by x minus 6. So x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to 6. So you can see here, it's a, well, let's see does the minus 1 work. Minus 1 squared minus 5 times minus 1 equals 6. So 1 plus 5 equals 6. So in this case, minus 1 does work as well. But if the question states a positive number squared, and minus 1 has to work because it's one of the roots, just like in the previous question, 12 would work. If we put it in, you'd get 12 minus 12 squared plus 5 by minus 12 equals 84. 144 minus 60, and you can see is 84 as well. It has to work. It's one of the roots. 84 equals 84. So similarly down here, there's two solutions to this one, but if the question states a positive number squared, it has to be the positive number that's the answer. So 6 in this case, not minus 1 if it's a positive number squared. So make one of these up yourselves before moving on in this video. Next example, two consecutive odd numbers have a product of 3, 2, 3. If the larger number is x and the smaller number is y, form two equations in x and y to represent this information and form a quadratic equation and solve for x and y. So my question, some people, students generally don't really like these worded questions, but if the numbers are x and y, product means multiply. So x times y is equal to 3, 2, 3. Now, if they're odd and they're consecutive, just pick any two odd consecutives. There's 9 and 11, for instance. What's the difference between them? The difference is 2. So we could say 11 minus 9 equals 2. And here, my larger number is x and my smaller number is y. So x minus y would have to be equal to 2. So if they're consecutive odd or consecutive even, this will always be the equation that you can use to simplify and form your quadratic. So now, if I can replace x or y, well, I'm going to say x is equal to y plus 2. So now I'm going to replace this x with y plus 2, and now I have an equation with just one unknown. And we have an equation with one unknown, we only need one equation to solve it. Y squared plus 2y. Bring the 3, 2, 3 across. Minus 3, 2, 3 is equal to 0. Now we just have to factorize it with two consecutive odd numbers. Now 2020s is 400, so if you start messing around on your calculator with numbers that are around 20, it has to be less than 20. You should quickly, and this is just calculator you know, trial and error until you get two consecutive odd numbers, 15 by 17, 17 by 19, and so on. And you'll see that 7 9s are 63, so it has to end in a 3. So in fact, it is 19 and 17 that multiply to give 3, 2, 3. So y is equal to 17 or 19. But we're told that the larger number is x, so y is equal to 17 and x is equal to 19. So pause the video and attempt this one yourselves. The height h in meters of a ball thrown vertically upwards from the top of a house is given by the formula h of t is equal to minus 5t squared plus 18t plus 8, where t is the time in seconds after the ball is thrown. From what height was the ball thrown? What is the average speed of the ball in the first second of flight? And how long does it take for the ball to hit the ground? Now, with these questions, if you're not sure at the very start, maybe do a little diagram. Here's a house, ball's being thrown up in the air, and it's going to hit the ground. And I know you guys can do a better drawing of a house, but it's only a sketch to enable us to jump into the question. So what can we say about we don't know the height here. We do know the time here though. What's the time before the ball is thrown? Time is equal to 0, and this is my initial time, and you've probably seen this before. My initial time will always be time is equal to 0 because time hasn't started yet. So if we put in h of 0, when time is 0, we're going to get 0 plus 0 plus 8. So the height that the ball is thrown from is equal to 8, and I think they say, well, it'd be meters if it's the top of a house. So now, what's the average speed of the ball in the first second of flight? Well, what does first second tell us? Tell us that t is equal to 1. So let's put t equal to 1 in. We've put t equal to 0 in. Now we're putting t is equal to 1. So h of 1 is equal to minus 5 by 1, minus 5 plus 18 by 1 plus 8. And that's going to give me 26 minus 5, which is 21. So let's assume this is 21 up here. And how far has it gone? It started at 8, it's now at 21, so it's gone up another 13. So in 1 second, it's gone 13. So if we use our DST triangle, it's only 1 second here, so it's the height is going to be the average. So the speed, average speed is distance over time. So average speed, not just speed, average speed is equal to distance over time, which is 13 over 1. Which is 13, you can write it as ms to the minus 2, sorry, ms to the minus 2, or ms squared. So the 2 will come up and be a minus. So 13 meters per second squared is average speed. How long does it take for the ball to hit the ground? Again, what happens when the ball hits the ground? What can we say? We only have h and t as our variables. Down here, what can we say about what we don't know? We're looking for t. We don't know what t is. But we do know what the height is. What's the height here? The height is 0. So we allow our quadratic minus 5t squared plus 18t plus 8 would have to be equal to 0. We always want a positive squared at the beginning, so make them positive and change the other signs. So it has to be 5t times t, because 5 is prime. It could be 8 times 1, or it could be 2 times 4, and I can see that 4 5s are 20, and 2 1s are 2. So to get a minus 18 would have to be minus 4 by 5 minus 20 plus 2. So t is equal to minus 2 over 5, which we can't have a negative time, or t is equal to 4. So this is my answer. T is equal to 4 seconds. So these worded quadratics that may look difficult, you should have all the algebraic skills to solve them. Don't panic. Write down the information that you're given and ease your way into these questions. So practice a few more of these from your books and then move on to another topic.